man, we're right on schedule. Well, not really, but apparently every time I say it's going to take me 10 minutes, it takes me 12 minutes. So we're actually on time. Yay! And where are we on time for? Drakenmemoria. Yeah. What is Drakenmemoria, you may ask? Well, I've been thinking about how to introduce that lately. Because my introduction on Twitch should probably change a little bit. It is about tabletop RPGs in general. Yeah, that's probably the best thing that I can say. Whether it is playing it or doing... Oh wow, something happened to my lighting. Hold on, let's load a map. Maybe it's just going to help brighten things up. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I don't know. Someone must have touched something from my lighting. All right. What was I saying? Oh yes, what is Drakenmemoria? Well, like I said, it is about tabletop RPGs. Whether it is playing it, or preparing for it, or preparing things for it. It's probably more accurate than what's written right now, and I should probably change it. Just not right now, because we're about to keep going with our map making. Yeah. So, let's just say that. It's about tabletop RPGs. For now. I've been thinking about maybe adding stuff. You know, sometimes you just want to relax and do something else. I also play, well, obviously I play RPGs, but I also play puzzle game and colony or base building games. So maybe one day I'll add it. But for now, we remain steadily focused on tabletop RPGs. So, tonight, what are we making from that universe? It is map making, just in case you didn't understand what was over there. And we go back in. So, I know. Also, I haven't been uploading everything that we've been doing on this right now. One was uploaded, but one in 2 weeks. There's a backlog forming slowly. And that's because I've been trying to remove long pause. Because you know, if nothing's happening, if I'm not actually doing something interesting on the screen, and I'm just staying there and going, right, okay, that's not necessarily fun for you to watch. Even worse if I just go, and I stay like this for 15 seconds. So I've been trying to edit those out, but wow. I went from taking one night for the editing to taking 2 weeks. So I don't know if I'll keep editing that much, but maybe at least a little. But I've been noticing that there are a lot of times where I just stop and reflect and keep building a little bit in my mind, just sort of see what's on the next step. And you can't see that. So for you, it's Lord, sorry. For you, it's not as interesting. So I've been trying to edit those out. But unless you didn't notice, I'm not a fast worker. I've never been a fast worker. I've always been someone that likes taking its time. I'm literally built for a slower pace of life. Oh, this is starting to look like something that's gonna take a lot of liquid to get through. All right. So yeah. Let's get started then. Where were we last episode? Last session, I should say. Episode works more for D&D session. Which, by the way, if you were there yesterday, thank you. It was a completely 100% unforeseen improvisation from the first moment we started to the last moment. And on top of that, trying to keep it relevant to what's happening was not so easy. But fortunately, those participating helped. Sam, the one playing audience, did not try to make it unnecessarily hard for me. And he actually enjoyed it because it helped to elaborate a bit more on him, on his past, on where he comes from, and on the inner struggle he's going through right now, because he's slowly learning that his religion either found itself corrupted or has always been corrupted. So it's hard for him, and he appreciated the moment, the break in the story to just delve into that a little bit more, take a little bit of time to think about it, and actually give himself some time to really incorporate that into his own story. So, and like he said to me after the episode, he wouldn't have done this if there had been other players, because that's a lot of time spent focusing on him and just on him, and he wouldn't have felt right doing this with the other players, just waiting for their turn and not being involved in any way. So we did manage to put it all to good use and to progress the story a little bit. So yeah, it was interesting. And it had been a while since I improvised anything this severely. But yeah, if you are wondering what it looks like when a dungeon master that is able to improvise, what it looks like when they start to improvise, and not just improvise a little bit. Severe, heavy improvisation to try and fit the whole thing. Hey, that time I didn't have to think about it. I said thing the right way without having to think about it. It's cool. It's me that I'm actually absorbing that information. Alright. So yeah. Let's see, it was actually it wasn't just filler. It wasn't part, but all of it is useful for character progression of one of the player. So it's not wasted. And I think that means it's a good session. When your player come out of it and do not feel like they wasted their time or nothing really happened, or if they look at it and they say, well, that was nice. I learned more about my character. I learned more about what's happening in the world. My character is evolving in. I learn more and more and more for whatever thing. I know it may not have been really entertaining, but if you're playing at home and you're playing a game that has character development, it's not just dungeon delving. Then yeah, whenever you get through that, it's definitely something that works. Your player enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed it on top of it, even though you were stressed and your mind was racing, trying to figure out what was the next step and how do we turn that into what I want it to be, and if it wasn't a bad time, during or after, looking at it in hindsight, well done. That was a good session. To me, Dungeons and Dragons has always been something that has to have a little bit of role play, and not just dungeon delving. But that's because I like role playing games. I've always been a fan of role playing games. When I was growing up, so that was in the late 80s and 90s. Just for those of you who didn't know, I was born in 1980. So, yeah, I'm 45. I grew up with the golden age of RPGs. And yes, if you argue that that wasn't the golden age, then you really need to brush up on your classic. I will not. You will not win this argument with me. The golden age was then. Now it's the age of explosion. Flashy stuff at the expense of good role play, good storytelling. mean, I will always be fair with this. Yeah. I know that before you didn't really had a choice to give good storytelling because you didn't have good graphics. Dragon was an amalgamation of green pixels or red pixels, and it sort of looked like a dragon. But man, in your mind, it was a dragon. It was a really, really nasty, powerful, scary as heck dragon. You could see yourself running from that dragon or fighting it. You could see your heroes in your mind because that's how it was. We had what are the dimensions for the peninsula? 75 to 60 for custom trees. 75. You know, you could recognize what things were. Let's take an example. The original Legend of Zelda. That's probably an easy one, because even if you're not even 20 right now, which means you were born after 2000, you've at least seen images on the internet of the original Legend of Zelda. If not, it's easy to find. Legend of Zelda 1. 1985? 4? Hold on. Of the 1. 86. You know, I wasn't old. I was 6 years old when I played this. Well, 7 probably. I was scared. The dungeons in there? Oh, good heavens. Especially some of the dungeons when you enter. There were these monsters that you could hear as you were moving. Oh, jeez, Louise, I still remember that. It wouldn't scare me now, but I remember how it unsettled me, and I was so scared that something would happen, and it would easily spill over in my imagination. I was scared that if I looked behind me, I would see one of those large hands moving toward me. And on top of that, for someone with imagination, you could easily keep elaborating on things. I remember after playing The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening. No, A Link to the Past. No. I played both. Kind of like Link's Awakening. Didn't like the end. But well, essentially what I liked what I liked a lot, if I'm not mistaken, is that on this one, they went back to A and B for the buttons. You could place your bow in one and your bombs in the other, and if you pressed both at the same time, you would fire an explosive arrow. Yeah, right there, you got me. That became my favorite weapon in there. And one of the reasons why I still remember it. But yeah. So after I finished A Link to the Past, sorry, the village, Okaina village, I think it was, because there was just one village on the map, and it was elaborate enough that I could keep making it in my mind. And I remember just making days inside of that village. Going with the lore and sort of inventing, I don't know, a day in the village as everyone was preparing to go through the festivity. And at one point, Link was there, and Zelda was there, and I just kept on creating it. No adventure, it was just the day itself. There were enough elements that my imagination could simply grab those elements and create a day. No, I didn't want to create adventure. The adventure was done. The Triforce had been secured, so no more enemies. And I remember Final Fantasy 1. On that one, I actually did keep on imagining things, keep on creating more adventure. Because in my mind, the adventure was not done. There were adventurers, so it was normal that they just kept on going. They didn't stop there. And because I didn't completely understand the story, the elementals had been brought back, but it wasn't. It didn't happen with the graphic of the universe. It happened in my mind. I could see them. Could give them a face. I could hear them talk. I could hear the adventures. So I've always been making stories, building worlds. Creating the next chapter. Okay. It's kind of better for us now. I think I want to keep going, keep filling that part here. Okay. Oh, good news. I'm almost done creating the colorless assets. I've been struggling a little bit. It's not exactly easy picking them, removing all of the pixels. It's just that I don't have a good drawing tool. I have the basic drawing tool that comes with the computer. I could probably find something that fits, that works. A lot of freeware exists for drawing that are actually kind of good. But if I start looking for something, then I'm gonna lose a bit of time trying to find something. And then things can fall apart. Because now I'm gonna look at different software. I'm gonna try a few software, trying to figure out which one works best, which one is good for me, which one that I understand well. And okay, this one works, this one doesn't work. And I'm gonna find myself in 6 months with nothing done, still just trying to figure out which software to use. Yeah. So I try to do what I have. But as I'm talking right now, I am finding myself more and more stupid because the way that I did things, I might be forcing myself to work more than I actually have to. Because I'm trying to remove the excess image because the saturation, the desaturation process to make sure that the background, the white background is removed so that it becomes transparent for this. I use a very strong color so I can easily see it and edit it out. But I've edited most of the colors around it. Now I'm just thinking, well, what if I desaturate it now? I mean, yeah. What if I desaturate it now? It's not gonna matter that there is a little bit of color still left. It's all gonna go black and white. So I may be giving myself more work than what is necessary. What is needed. So, enough about me. What's been happening with you? I don't know if anyone is actually listening, because right now nothing's been written in the chat. So if you're watching this or just listening to it, just for the voice, for not being alone, it's just there in the background while you're doing your stuff. I'm just ask you to interact with me. And right now nothing's being written, so why don't you? Especially if you're not a follower, but you actually listen. You should really consider it. It's going to help me a lot. I really do enjoy building, creating, And if I can do this here with people watching. I mean, I know I'm not stupid. Well, some people would argue, but let's say for the sake of argument, I'm not stupid. I know that doing this, I won't become rich, even if you subscribe. But that's not actually what I'm aiming for. So, you don't have to make a ridiculously big donation. Just following is a first step that helps. I don't like that. Too heavy here. Okay, that's better. And just a little bit like this. Yeah. No, smaller one. Here. Here, like this. See? That works. Okay. Oh, there's room here to increase. Just push it just a little bit more. Make it uneven here. Like that. Okay, yeah. Okay. Let's save. It kind of works with a big forest. You know, that's a mile. This one here is a mile. Which means you enter here, it's a good mile inside of the forest. Then it's probably 2-3 miles to the other side, and it's another mile inside of the forest. I mean, it is a small region. And I'm probably going to add a few forested area here and there. Yeah, actually. But we're probably gonna get back to the forested area. The smaller forested area, I mean. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Let's dive back in. I feel like there should probably be a forested area here at the end. It's gonna engulf part of the mountains here. Let's just draw the outline of it. Not excessive. Just how about that instead? Alright, so like that. No, I think it's. I think that's good. I think it works. Let's add a few pine trees in what was already been drawn. Maybe we should renew our stock of trees. No, I keep forgetting that the pine trees are a custom asset. 75. Go, 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 go. 70. Go, go, go. 65. Go, go, go. There we go. Let's remove these one here. We're just gonna put them to the side. Yeah, you here. Put a pine tree here. Put a bigger one here. Yeah, how about one here? Remove two. Instead. Yeah, we got a good reserve. We don't need to have this many decide. Hey, you. Why didn't you? Oh, never mind. Oh, come on. This and like this. This one. We remove this one. And we add one here. Here we got a double. Kind of annoying. Here we got a little hole. We can definitely fill like this. Yep, like this. And this one here. A little pine tree. Alright, now you just gotta fill inside. How about there we go. We got a variety. Just gonna space them out so the rows that are too tightly placed together. And too many bigs, too many smalls. We'll go here, we're gonna place a few smalls. And exchange, we're gonna put the big one here. Those are too tightly placed. This is good, this is good. Alright. We got a basis on which to start. I mean, there's gotta be some biodiversity here. Go, there you go. 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 Okay. Remove this one and put a pine tree instead. Okay. Putting a pine tree here. Why not two right next to one another and put a small tree here. Big pine here. here. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Just gonna unsaturate this area. Put another pine tree here. Enough room for more pines. Oh, ouch. I think I left my eyes open too long. Now they feel dry. Oh, that helps. Ooh. All right. I am feeling tired. It's been an exhausting week. Well, to be fair, I've been tired a lot lately. It's not normal for me to be this tired, especially in winter. Winter for me is not tiring, it's relaxing. I like winter. If I were to move somewhere else during winter, it wouldn't be a place where there's less snow and cold. It would be a place where there's more snow and cold. I know, I'm a bit weird like this. I think it's called Keonophile. Is that it? I was looking at it yesterday, so hold on. Yeah. Keonophile. Something that thrives in wintry condition. At least that's the Wikipedia description. Derived from the word kion, which means snow in Greek, ancient Greek, and phile, which mean who likes. So, if you are keonophile, it means you are someone who likes snow. And I do like snow. I like snow. I like cold. I like darkness. In a word, I like winter. Northern winter. You know, places where the winter is harsh, cold, dark. But I like it, not because I like being cold, on the contrary. Because a lot of people will neglect that winter is, well, winter where there's heavy cold. It's not just harsh climate. It's actually the coziest of all season. Why? I'm glad you asked, even if you didn't. It is the coziest season because It is so far removed from what we are biologically made to withstand that we recreate a livable environment, but we recreate it to our liking. So we recreate it so that it is festive if we like parties, with colors around us, with warmth, with life. If we like the silence, we recreate our environment so that it's cozy, it's fuzzy, it's warm, it's quiet. So, the harshest season is actually not. It's actually a pretty livable, comfortable season. All of it because it's cold. It's dark. It's inhospitable outside. So that's why winter is nice. All right, we're almost done here. Ha! Perfect. The tree fits. Amazing. All right. Save this. All right. Sorry. To the other side. What do we do at this island in terms of vegetation? I think I'm just going to leave it here. So, okay. I feel like there should be. Does it sound okay? Yeah, it sounds good. It should be like this. Like this. Maybe just a little one like this. Yep. Because I think we're going to put the capital here. Now it's by the ocean. By definition, it's going to be hard getting here. Making the capital a very, very defensible location. I don't know. I haven't finished the cliffs yet, but I feel like maybe it would be interesting to surround the area in cliff. So it's a raised platform essentially. You can't just attack it. The only viable method of going to the capital is going to be with the bridge. So if you want to attack, you gotta go with the bridge. Otherwise, you're stuck with cliffs, with everything else, so it becomes really hard to do anything. I don't know. I feel like this is maybe an interesting idea. We're gonna see. It depends on the cliffs that I have. Yeah. It'll depend a bit on once the glyphs are done, if there's actually something I can do with them. Because if there isn't, well, that's not gonna help me at all. Alright, let's keep... Oh. That's slightly annoying. Oh, good lord. Okay. Oh, that's annoying. That is annoying. Well, like Gladys says, no sense crying over every mistake. I like how it was. Alright, here we got one. Let's remove that. Here we got one that goes from here to here and to here. And we remove those ones as well. Oh yeah, I just had to uncheck mountains. Oh, anyways. Okay, so we got our forested area here. Let's put some pine trees in the lot. Okay. This. Like this. Why not put another pine tree close to it? Then just move it a little like this. Then we got everything there. This one here. And maybe another pine tree here. Okay. No, a bigger one. Like this. And just put one here. Okay. It's another forest. Alright, so what about this one? Let's start by making what we got workable. Like this, this. You know, we were talking about games a few minutes ago. One that I do remember a lot because it created one heck of an image in my mind was Legend of Zelda Link's Adventure. So second second Legend of Zelda story game. The last fight of the entire game against your shadow. That one left quite an impression on me. First of all, the idea of, oh, you are the last enemy. That was intriguing for me. Well, not you, but sorry. The first time I completed it, I didn't find the way to cheese the whole thing. Because there is a way. There is a trick you can do. And, the limited intelligence of that software couldn't handle. I didn't figure it out on the first try. I beat that fight the traditional, hard, and heart-pounding way. The Link you have in front of you it doesn't have any of the magics you have, but it has all of the physical combat abilities that you have. It can jump the same way, it can do everything you can do. So it was one heck of a fight. And that one left quite an impression in my mind. The strikes on the shield, the sound that they made, and it attacking you and you taking damage from your own attacks, from your own, a reflection of you. I've honestly always tried after that to find that excitement again in a fight. It's always been what I've been looking for, what I've been trying to reproduce after in action RPGs. Because Second Legend of Zelda, if you're quite honest, is an action RPG. It's not exactly an RPG. But it was incredible. I thoroughly loved that fight. It was one of the most heart-pounding fights I've ever had so far. I mean, Metroid 1 was probably even more stressful. But Metroid 1 was just scary and stressful. It wasn't exciting. What made that one exciting? was the choreography. Oh, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right in English. You could see it in your mind. The attacks, the counterattacks. The hit on the shield. It was all there. It made the fight epic without any help from the outside. That was amazing. That is why I do feel like the golden age of RPGs is gone. Because quite honestly, any of the games that are there right now, I've never felt anything close to what I felt during that fight. Either they're too easy or too hard. By hard, I mean not just hard, I mean it's a lot of strategy. I've always felt like if you're stuck thinking about what's next and what's the pattern and how to beat the game by circumventing the ability he's going to be using, and you know, if you're stuck learning by heart everything that's going to happen in order to succeed, so essentially you need to fail first, then you succeed. If you need to fail, then for me it's not a good RPG. A good RPG for me, a good fight in an RPG, is a fight that when you're done, you almost failed. And it was so close, your heart was pounding, and you were desperately trying to figure out how to finish this, and oh no, the ability he's using just pulverized your party. Now you're stuck for 2 turns trying to get everyone back up again. This is why I really enjoyed the first time I got to the end of Final Fantasy VII, the original one. I don't mind these fights. They're scary, but you got what you need to finish it the first time you play. If you don't succeed, alright. When you're going to come back, you're going to have a bit of an insight into what's going to happen. So it's going to be a bit easier. But even so, when I go back to a game and do it again, I make a point of trying to reach the end roughly in the same state that I was the first time. So I don't try to get everything at its strongest, and the combination of, for Final Fantasy VII, for example, the combination of materia that once you use it, it's just a nuke and everything is done, and oh, alright, I'm still hungry. Let's go order pizza. Now it's done. No, no. It's nice when there is at least a little bit of a challenge. If you're not 100% sure that you can actually beat it, that can just be something in your mind. Sometimes thinking that you can't beat it, or that it's going to be a hard fight, actually creates more emotion than if you're in real danger of failing. And those games back then, between 1985 to 1999. I mean, there are a few games outside of that I enjoyed a lot, but most of the games that I enjoyed are in between those two dates. And I played most, not all, but most of the RPGs that came out on Nintendo and PlayStation during that time, that era. I played most of them. Not all. But I played most. And I played a few on Sega also. Shining Force. It's more of a strategy game, but yeah, that one got my imagination rolling as well. Don't need to have everything told to you. Don't need to see it all happening. And even I think that sometimes it takes something away. At least when I was playing Final Fantasy VII, I could see in my mind how it all fit. How a magically enhanced person could take a sword and go into combat with machines that have machine guns, and I could see it in my mind how it could make sense. Now, Cloud was enhanced, so that meant he might have had greater reflex, greater stamina, greater speed. So all of that just worked. But with the remake, I mean, to be fair, it started the moment they tried to do something else, something more. Advent Children, the movie, and all of those. It broke. It broke the possibility, and I didn't like that. Because, of course, they immediately jumped into the phenomenal, the spectacular, the very anime. I mean, to be fair, it's from Japan, so they have the right to do it like this. But leaving it to my imagination allowed me to create something that was physically credible. It could work. it could actually work. Hey, that's a nice bridge. Damn, if only it was not diagonal. What's the difference between those two? Oh. One is actually white, the other one is transparent. Okay. Yeah. That was a nice thing to be able to. You know, for me, there's always been some realism in everything. It's how fantasy makes sense to me. It can't just be fantasy. Well, it isn't. It isn't. What I mean by that? Okay, hold on. All right, I'm back. So what I mean by that is, yeah. Let's take the Final Fantasy franchise. There are monsters. That's a bit more fantasy. Airships. Airships have always been a part of Final Fantasy. That's fantasy. But everyday things doesn't need to be fantasy. It doesn't always need to be an anime world. It doesn't, you know, Scott Pilgrim. I don't know if you've seen the movie or read the comics, but that's a good example. The element of fantasy in there is strong. No, for a moment I thought that there was something moving behind me. That's worrying. Image good. Alright. Are we good on the stream? Yeah, alright. No image drop. So yeah, fantasy. So in Scott Pilgrim, there is this idea of fantasy is really, really strong. You can easily jump really high or fall from really high and not die. You can extract a sword from your own chest when you level up. You gain lives, you know. That's too much for me. You're gonna say, well, Final Fantasy has always been fantasy. It's always been, well, here's the thing. When there's room for you. There's room for your imagination to build something. You can fill in the gap whatever way you want. So for you, Final Fantasy has always been something a bit magical and mystical, but still grounded in something that's plausible. Sorry. Well then, you can easily create in your mind something that's plausible, like speed of combat, the how enemies fight. You can adjust it. Adjust it so it works. So, for example, in Final Fantasy VII, I could see how the whole thing of guns and sword makes sense. Cloud was enhanced, so he had better reflex. Tifa was a progeny. Her master said it, the most talented student he'd ever seen. So she's basically a more serious Jackie Chan. It works. You're gonna say, well, how would Aerith do work? Well, she's a backline character. So, she mostly does magic. But, she attacks, yeah. There's a materia for that. Long range. Here you go. For me, the only really fantasy element, one that didn't match with here, for example, was the distance at which the characters can jump and fall without injuring themselves. But it had always been implied that this was not Earth. It was somewhere else. So one could easily think that it was probably a world with less gravity. Less gravity means you can jump further. Okay, like this. So all of this is a bit my point to why I feel like the older games were kind of nice, because it fits how you want to see it, how you want it to be, how it makes sense for you. Nowadays, always feels like Nah, it's okay. It's not. I don't feel immersed in the universe. Why? Because it's just too much. Yeah. I know I'd never be able to jump that distance. I know that really feels remote compared to what we can have. You know that. No. There was room to build back then. And that made sense to me. To have room to build. And there isn't anymore. That's what's a shame. There isn't anymore. Okay. Well, don't have a whole lot to talk about anymore. I feel like I've gone through the subject that were available in my mind. Really should be your turn now. No, nothing. Well, I had to ask. At least, you know. So, what else? Maybe, let's see, no, no inspiration on the Discord channel. Alright, well, that's okay. I'm gonna have to figure things out on my own. What do we talk about? It's one of those days when there's not a lot. It was much easier last week. No one talked to me almost all the way through the episode. Guess they're not here. Oh, there's someone. You know, I've posted an ad on Reddit about the channel. Someone's been talking to me, asking questions about the story and all. Now, of course, I can't tell them what's gonna happen in the near future, or for the rest of the campaign. Can't give them plot moments, because I don't know. They might be all of you, and you're gonna sell out. Just tell my players, oh, he wants to do this, he wants to do this. I know. I know your type. I know your type. Alright. This was a nice thunderstrike. Not outside. The ambiance from the beginning is still playing in my earphones. Alright. Now, let's make it less perfectly straight. Nature is rarely orderly. It is a pool of fighting currents. They all want a reason to exist. They all push and want a little bit more. Alright, it feels less orderly. And we can put a small town there. But I think that's gonna be it for this island. Oh, last one. Let's... No. Here we go, like this. Okay. Okay. Saved. It's always important. Oof. I feel my stomach getting full of liquid. It's not necessarily pleasant. Because I'm a bit scared of having moments of absence. Because honestly, maybe for you it's fun to watch, but it's not fun for me to edit. Because I don't know why, I always seem to have more viewers on the streams where I have trouble staying awake. You like that. Now, where I think forest here works. Okay. Makes it more difficult to land. Well, no, not necessarily. It's not that it makes it difficult to land. It's that you can't really move through this with siege engines or things like this. You can land troops on the shore, but anything bigger. Okay, like this, and with this, and with this. Why not push it here? And here. this, and like this. So there's a forest here. I feel like there should be a forest here also. But not all the way. There needs to be a path, I think. There's going to be a path going from here to here. So we're gonna have a tree line here. And a very narrow path going through the area. Just enough for a road. Like this, like this, like this. Once again. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I know. There was 4. Shut up. Okay. There are things like this that my minds prefer it. No, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's 3, 3. Three groups of 3. I don't know. My mind's sort of like that. And you know, it's my mind. And it's my channel. So if I like 3 groups of 3, then I like 3 groups of 3, and that's it. That's all there is to it. If you have a problem with that, make your own channel. There you'll be able to have 2 groups of 3, or 3 groups of 2, or 4 groups of 3. Okay. So technically someone could possibly land here, but it's gonna be treacherous. Actually, with the if I can finish the fort, the castles, I may actually put one here. Add one here, one here, go here. There's enough room to put another one here. Another one bites the dust. Alright. Well, you know, it kind of works. I realize that I do say kind of works a lot. But, you know, kind of works. Have to put more moisturizing cream here. I really don't know why I got dry skin there and only there. Okay. I don't know. Like maybe just a small grouping of trees here. Yeah, it's a small. That's one thing that's nice about maps like this is the ability to put these just there and just. Alright, save. Okay. Save again. How about we get this size? Alright. Oh, I got a drop in energy. I think I'm going to need to empty my bladder. All right. Oh, is that those? Oh no, that's way too big. Never mind. I was just trying to figure out. Oh, that's it. That's the. What about the rest? What will be our town composition? So I feel like this is a town. This is the town. No. Okay, there's something that's easily... Oh. I got notes. Village. I got notes. Alright. Okay, so it's village house 6 and 7. 6, 7, all of them at 60. 70, I mean. Increasing at 70. So this mixed with this. And Hamlet House number 3. Village house, village house, village house. Hamlet House number 3. Hamlet House number 3. Okay. Oh, I feel like this actually works. Okay, so that's a village. That's a town, that's a village, and not too bad, I really wanted to use that. But I don't have to be an even smaller map. But that could actually work. Town. Village. City. Castle. But you know, that would be a big village is 2 miles wide. We'll see, we'll see. For now, we got a map to finish. I think I'm gonna leave the little bits of trees elsewhere. And right now I'm gonna focus on completing that. Right. So, what other greenery do we have? We got tall grass and we got marsh. There isn't room to put a lot of marshes. I want to put one, of course. Just because it's epic. You always need a marsh. Actually, that kind of be interesting. To put a marsh here. It's the only way to cross. No, I sort of want the idea of walking in this little valley here. I don't have anything to drink anymore. Okay. Oh, this could be an interesting one here. So, playful grass, marshy grass. And marsh here. So people don't want to cross over here. Yeah, people don't want to cross over here. It's even worse. There's tall grass surrounding the area. So if you feel confident enough that you want to go through the tall grass, and you start moving and suddenly God damn it. Oh. Yeah, I just want to make sure that it really feels like marshy grass. Okay, remove that one here and that one here. No, yes, no, yes, okay. And one here. Okay. Alright, so this makes this area less desirable. If you want to cross here, you gotta wade through marshes. Okay, well, that's interesting. A lone home. Or maybe not. You know, there's some guy living there. No. Not several, just one. Just one small one. Like this. Oh. I think we need to put several on top of one another. That way it pops out. Okay, maybe not. I like the idea of the so like this. Okay. Only need to put one. There's a guy living there. There's one living here. No, not that house. This one. There's a guy living here. Living there alone. Yeah. Okay. But maybe not. Maybe I just want to keep it to a single one, you know. Yeah, single type. Alright, so this is another type. This is lone cabin. Someone living just there, that's all. Okay, that's an interesting one. Okay. How about the rest? I want to know. That's interesting. No, I don't want to use the same thing. No, I don't want to use that. It actually feels better. It actually feels better. To be quite honest. Okay. 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 That's interesting. That's nice. And then save. Alright. That doesn't tell me what's the name. Alright. Towns, cities. So the house is 60. We have the Hamlet house at 60. That's there. Okay. What do we have? We have Hamlet House 4. Let's take notes. Hamlet House 4 at 60. We got, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We got Hamlet Block. Hamlet Block. Hamlet Block what? Hamlet Block 1. Okay. Hamlet Block 1. So we have house 3. And what's this one? Hamlet House 1. Hamlet House 1. Okay, so we got that recorded. Good, good, good. We got Lonely House. It's Hamlet Block House 1. Hamlet Block or Hamlet House? Hamlet House. Hamlet House 1. Okay. The city we can wait. We can wait. But I do feel like I can more easily go with this. And then put something like this behind. It's actually pretty nice. It didn't have to be bigger, but oh, so we could probably just do this, and here we go. We got a house. We got our cities. It's gonna be something like that. All right. So now we got that settled. Well, I think we gotta manufacture a few. Alright. Can we just move that? Can we just move it all? Oh. You can only move some. Damn. So, okay. Okay. All right. No, that's right. We've got to be on the right ones. All right. I mean, we're gonna have to do it anyway, so why not do it now? Is that the proper size? No, it's not. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. This, like this, and like this. And then this one here. Like this, like this, like this. Okay. Squish it a little bit more. Let's go in closer so you can actually see this properly. Okay, like this, like this. That looks okay. That looks okay. Like this, like this, like this. What happens if you merge it? Oh, you lose quite a lot of definition. Okay. Okay. So let's just move everything closer together. Okay. Well, I feel like I'm gonna need to make more of that anyways. One more. 60. One more. All right. Okay. That works. Okay, that works. Just a little bit. Offset, just a little bit. Like that. Just a little bit. There we go. We got another town. Another village, I mean. Okay. I think everything's gonna be 70. Oh, it went down instead of going up. Alright. No, 60. Alright, 60. 1, 2, 3. It's like that. Like that. And then we got this one, which is like this, and like this. And finally, it's the one with a tree. I don't see it. Ah, here it is. Like this. Like this and like this. Alright, let's try to make this as accurately as we can. So close by, but just a little over. It's just slightly bit under, slightly bit under, slightly bit under. It's gonna be closer, like this, and like this. Slightly bit closer. Just a little under it, and like this. So we got our town. Okay, got a reserve. Needed to be done, so it's not time wasted. Okay, but there. Do I want another marsh anywhere? I feel like there should be. I feel like there should be something here, in here. What does it look like from high up? I mean, we could put one there. Okay. So no one there. Got one there. Where else? Where else? Where else? Okay, I think I want to put one in one of the islands. So we're going to go here, and I want it to be here. Want it to be here. Okay. Maybe just a small one here. Like that. All right, all right. Okay. Hills. I didn't put any hills. Oh, hills are a bit easier to do. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay, hills. Well, I feel like we could make prolongation of some mountains, hills, like that. And yeah, here, or not. and close off here. Yeah. Oops. Okay. No, I want a valley here. That's very little island of hills here. So there's an incentive to go around it. Yeah. Oh man, we need one here. Come on. You absolutely need one here. Right. Starting to be late. I am starting to talk less and less. Just a few here. No, nothing big. Do we need hills here? I feel like we do need hills here. Around that forest. That sort of makes it weird. Why is there a forest in the middle of those hills? Here. Few holes. There's going to be a reason for the road to go around it. Yeah, there's probably going to be something here, like a town. Or maybe not. Okay. Hills. Save? Alright, we got hills. We got hills. How about we got hills all the way? Yeah. It's going to give a reason for the road to fork. I'm just going. Okay. Alright, we got hills, we got marshes. I'd like to put more tall grass. Marshy. What's this one? Come on, show me. Playful grass, tall grass. Here. Some tall grass here. Okay. Like this. Let's envelop this just a little bit more. Like this, yeah. The road's gonna go through the tall grass. Why not put some tall grass here as well? It's gonna give a reason for the road to be extra snaky. Just because people would rather avoid going through this. So now you got a reason. No, I want to put a town here. But I can put tall grass here. Yeah. It just goes more here. Okay, okay. How about tall grass here? And oh no. That's gonna be good for that. Okay, that could be interesting. Tall grass everywhere. No matter what you do, if you want to get to the capital. Now, if you want to get to the capital, the official road is going to be to the hills. It's going to just snake through the hills. The bridge is going to go down. Yeah, the bridge is going to go down. Good, good, good. So, I guess I can put tall grass here. Okay. Okay, like this. Okay. Okay. There's gonna be something here. Okay. You got something here. We're gonna go up like this. Okay, so the road's gonna snake like this, and then like this, and then go down and link with here. Okay. I think we got our tall grass everywhere. Yeah, just here. All right. I think we got the whole thing here already. Next time, I think we are going to go for town, villages, cities, and maybe even fort. Yeah. All right. Save. I think we got everything we need for tonight. I'm getting exhausted. Tired. Physically and mentally. I injured myself. Bit of a unforeseen fall. I slipped on some ice. Well, slush would probably be the better term. Alright. Well, we got everything here for tonight. So let's prepare the campfire music. And here we have it. Alright. Save the map. We gotta export the map. JPEG. And it's gonna be called Map 5 Episode 5? I think we're at episode 5. No, we're not at episode 5. Hold on. Oh, no, that's not a... Ah, here we go. Episode 4. Really? Episode 4 it is. Okay. Thought it was episode 5. Oh, well, anyways. Episode 4. Here we go. Saved. Alright, so with this, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for watching. Hope you will be there next week for the continuation of this. If you prefer D&D Live gameplay, that's Wednesdays and Fridays. The live one is on Wednesdays, and the schedule is 7:30. Hold on. We got someone trying to sell viewers. Here we go. Alright, what was I saying? Oh yeah. The live D&D campaign is on Wednesdays at 7:30 Western Coast time. The rebroadcast is there for a Eastern Coast audience. It is 7:30 as well, but Eastern Coast time. And Thursdays, map making. But after this one, I've started playing with Canvas of Kings. I might actually try and, at least make one stream of town making. That could be interesting. We're most likely going to be able to do more than one town in the stream, but that's good. I mean, there are a variety of designs. all of which can be used. So that's actually good. Yeah. So that's gonna be it for tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. If you want to help the channel, you can follow us, leave a like, leave a comment. We got Twitch, we got YouTube, we got X. You can also, if you want to do more, you can always make a donation, become a Patreon, subscribe on Twitch. But if you can't do any of those, or you're doing all of those and you want to do even more, well, there's a very free thing, mostly effortless, that you can do, and it helps the channel tremendously, and that's spreading the word of the channel. So that's it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. See you next week. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.